just waiting for that because there was a delay on that, the YouTube. Just give me a minute. Okay.
I think you
Okay.
okay.
It's great to see you, Rob. Are you an alternate now, or what's going on?
He's just visiting.
No, I'm a member of the public. I'm here because it's Sharon's last meeting. So being being chairman when she was first hired, as director, I wanted to come and offer my support for her last
Well,
meeting.
we're happy to see your happy face.
What do I hear? I've got the Zoom. I've got the
That's
YouTube
Ricky. I
turned
think
off.
it's you.
Oh,
What's that?
okay. Ricky,
What?
do you have a TV or something going?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay. You'll just mute yourself. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself. Everything is set, Teddy. You can start whenever you want.
Unmute.
Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Zoning Commission of the City of Danbury, February 27, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. We'll begin with a roll call at 7:33. Commissioner Bennett.
Here.
Commissioner Botello.
Here,
Commissioner Cabrera is absent. Commissioner James.
Here.
Commissioner Jowdy.
Here.
Commissioner Nazario.
Present.
Commissioner Nejame.
Here.
Commissioner O'Neill.
Here.
Commissioner Harrison.
Here.
Commissioner Simone is absent. Commissioner Villacrest is absent. 1, 2, and I am Chairman Haddad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9. I'm going to ask Commissioner Harrison to sit in for the entire evening for Commissioner Cabrera. Thank you. The next regular meeting is scheduled for March 12th, 2024. I think we're scheduled for that, but we may not have anything yet. We'll see. So we may or may not have it, but that's the next regularly scheduled date. We can all stand. If anyone has any flags, feel free to wave them for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag,
To the flag
of the United
of the
States of America,
States of America.
and to the
and to the
republic
republic
for
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under
under
God,
Under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and
and
justice
justice for all.
for all.
Thank you, thank you. Commission members, everyone should have received everybody did in fact receive the January 9th, 2024 minutes. This time I'd ask for a motion to accept the minutes of January 9th, 2024. A motion made by Commissioner Botello, second by Commissioner O'Neill. Any
Can I
comments?
make a motion for a possible addition to the minutes?
Yes, you can. Let's see if there's any additions, comments, modifications. I see one by Commissioner O'Neill.
When we were on the Zoom, we actually looked at the deed that showed that there was extra parking, and I just thought maybe that should be noted in the minutes.
Ms. Reed is shaking her head. Yes, she will do that.
Thank
You
you.
could have called me. I would have done it, but that's cool. You were right.
Sorry,
And
I
then-
just read them before the meeting. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so I'll revise them to add that. Add the
Okay,
deed, the mention of the
is there-
deed with the parking. Okay.
I'll do better next time.
Anything else,
No,
Commission
fine,
members, on any
Jen, stop.
modifications, additions, deletions? Motion maker, will you accept this amendment to this modification to this a motion to accept the minutes?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Second still in place. Anything else? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
All right.
Those opposed. Commission members and the public, we have no public hearing this evening. We have no continuation of any public hearings. We have no old business for discussion of possible action. Under new business, we have a petition of Bright Ravens IS Innovation Studio Danbury LLC to amend sections 5B, 2B, and 5B5 of the zoning regulations. At hotel conversion as a special exception use with specific use regulations of the CA 80 zone. Public hearing scheduled for April 9, 2024. Commission members, for the record, the official date of the receipt of this is February 13th, 2024. And at this time, I would like to see someone make a motion to receive this petition, refer it to the Planning Commission for their recommendation, notify all surrounding communities that need to be notified according to state statutes, publish it in the town clerk's office and all other necessary required publications, according to state statute, and set the public hearing date as it's scheduled on this evening's agenda, which is April 9th, 2024. Do I get a motion to that effect? Made by Commissioner Nee James, second by Commissioner Jowdy. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. There's no correspondence, there's no for reference only. At this point in time, we would generally adjourn and I would break former Commissioner Melillo's record. However, I'm going to sacrifice that record because I have some things to say about Ms. Calitro this evening. So and anyone else is going to feel free to do that. And we're going to do that under other matters. So, Ms. Calitro, I don't know. I saw you today. I don't know where to begin. I don't know what to say. I know that as far as nicknames go, Reggie Jackson was Mr. October, which held forever until Derek Jeter became Mr. November. And Mr. Irrelevant is the last person to get drafted, but my nickname for you was always Ms. Comprehensive. And I remember the first staff report that you did, Commissioner members. She comes in with her first staff report. It's like 11 pages. And I'm going, oh, come on. Is it going to be like this forever? She just got here. When is she going to leave? And I read it and there's nothing that could have been edited or removed. It was the way it was supposed to be. And they were always that way. And she's made our jobs easier. She's made us look good. She's presented all sides, always in the best interests of the city. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you on behalf of the citizens of Danbury. You leave your fingerprint on everything that's up and standing in Danbury, and you leave your fingerprint on what's not here. So, because you said it both ways. So I'm going to call you for the first time in public. I'm going to call you Sharon. And I'm going to say, Sharon, I want to thank you. I miss you already. And you deserve this new chapter in your life, and soak in every second of it that you can and make it last as long as you can. And we're going to miss you. And also my father, by the way, is also friends with Ms. Calitro. He also wishes you the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for always supporting me, whether you took the same position or didn't. You just recognize that I'm doing my job and I'm doing the best I can. And I appreciate it. It's been wonderful working with this commission over these years. So thank you so much.
We always did good, when we agreed and when we didn't agree, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And
sure.
And I see Commissioner Botello's hand is raised. So Commissioner Botello.
Yes, I'd like to mention the number of years that I've been working more so on the other side of the commission, where I brought applications to the department, and it's always been a pleasure. It was an intellectual thing that we had to be able to get these different projects together. And honestly, they never could have come to fruition without you and your department. And I know that, but it was always great. And my only feeling is that you have raised the bar. And for the next person to take over, it's going to be a tough pair of shoes to jump into. And so wherever you go, just remember that you've left a mark on Danbury that's indelible, and that we'll always appreciate you. And I hope, because you're Zoom, that you can always peek in on some meetings once in a while, no matter where you are in the world. And just, you're part of us. So we don't want you to ever forget us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Bobby, Commissioner Botello, good words. Good job.
Thanks.
Commissioner Jowdy, did you have your hand raised?
You're muted.
You're on mute.
You're muted, Ricky.
There you go.
Sharon, I enjoyed many years of being your friend and working with you. We go way back, just as much as anybody else has. I also enjoyed the party today, and from the looks of the attendance, everybody else did. You deserved it, especially your speech. I remember in your speech you said you were working here for the city, you had left, and you came back because you loved the city. And I thought that was tremendous. Good luck, and enjoy the things that you always wanted to do. Danbury thanks you. I thank you. And actually, we probably all thank your family for giving us the time to be with you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Actually, Zoom gave Rich the opportunity to get to know all of you. Because I hear you in the background.
It was good to see him today too.
Yeah,
But,
thank you. Thank you
yeah.
so much. Thank
Any-
you, Ricky.
Anyone
problem.
else? It's open to the public. Anybody have any comments? Anybody want to say anything? Okay. Commissioner Rotella, do you have your hand up?
I do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 27 years ago when I first got on the zoning commission, you were the chair and I was doing some kind of a riff about Mill Plain or something like that. And you leaned over to me and you said, "Where are you going, dude, with this?" And I had no idea where I was going because I didn't prepare anything. I was just speaking emotionally about an interesting point that I thought was coming up and needed to be vented. I've gotten a little better at that in the meantime. The thing that's interesting about Sharon that I've always noticed about her is that she's able to do both. She can think on her feet, but she is also insanely prepared. She is as prepared as the best attorneys that speak in front of the commission. That's important, and it's going to be missed dearly. Not only her command of the facts in Danbury, and Danbury has I hate to use the term a lot of moving parts because it's sort of a cliche. There's a lot of things that go on in Danbury, from flooding on the west side and development to things that the planning commission is looking at on the east side now with fuel companies moving in and whatnot, the highway system, the rail trail, the airport. A lot of things going on in a city that's relatively large for Connecticut standards, 40 some odd square miles. There's a lot of pieces to put together in this city, and Sharon seems to have a really strong command. Not seems, Sharon has a very strong command of all of that, and all of that's important. But for my money, besides the fact that I like Sharon a lot and I like working with her, even though we don't agree with our positions all the time, the thing for me anyway, because the zoning commission is pretty much yes or no, we don't do contract zoning, is that regardless, in my view, of what position you are in, whether it's the position that is on the side of Sharon or the position that is not on the side of Sharon, I have never once gotten the impression, and I've been working with Sharon for her entire career, never once gotten the impression from Sharon that she was anything except scrupulously fair. And that's probably the most important thing that can come out of a land use commission. Unlike the council, where we can compromise and we can massage and we can do this and we can do that, you really can't do that on zoning. There's going to be a loser and a winner on every single decision. And as long as the loser believes, because there will always be one, that the decision was arrived at fairly and equitably and without prejudice, then they can go on to keep believing in the system and say, well, you know what, maybe the next time if I make a little modification, it will be accepted. And I have always gotten that impression from Sharon, that the scales of justice were balanced and the blindfold was on, and that the petition was weighed exclusively on the merits. And if that could be carved on my tombstone, I could die a happy guy. And I'm serious about that. We're all in this business together of protecting the public, and the public has to believe in the system. And a lot of people do not. But Sharon is one of those shining lights that allows anybody who watches her to do exactly that. And that is such a rare and important thing. And I will be forever grateful that I was able to work with somebody who was able to accomplish that on a regular basis, on a daily basis, somebody like Sharon Felicia. I will miss you dearly, Sharon. Thank you for being here for Danbury.
Thank you.
Good job, Paul.
Thank
Anything
you.
else? Anyone else? Anyone else? I see Mr. Malillo. Rob.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. As a member of the public, I appreciate the opportunity to to speak because as normally that wouldn't be allowed. But I just wanted to echo all the comments that were made about Sharon. I was fortunate enough to be chairman when Sharon was elevated from deputy planner to temporary to the actual getting the planning the permanent position as planning director, and and watched as she brought the commission as well as the office, but the commission kind of came along with her into the computer age. We were able to start receiving a little bit more stuff digitally along those lines. I too remember her first staff report. If you remember, we read them into the record back then. So I had the luxury of reading into the record the 11-page staff report. I distinctly remember saying something to Sharon of, "You're killing me. What are you doing here?" Because Mr. Alperns were like a page and a half, and that was a long one. And so, but in all fairness, and in all honesty, Sharon was, she's not was because she's with us, is a fantastic person. She always has the best interests of the community and the city at heart. She completely, totally thinks everything out. There were times I would sit in her office just asking some background information or things along those lines in preparation for a meeting, and she could tell, not only just tell me the answer, show me some stuff on the maps and things along those lines. So I, as I mentioned back in November, I thoroughly enjoyed my opportunity to work with her. I'm thankful that she did what she did for Danbury. She had big shoes to fill when she took on the position. She more than filled them. And as was mentioned, the person who takes over for Sharon is going to have even bigger shoes to fill now, as a result of the fantastic job that she did. So I just want to thank you, Sharon, for all the dedication you spent and gave to the city.
Thank you so much, Rob. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good job, Rob. Anything else? Any commissioners? Anything else? All right.
Can I just make a comment, Mr. Chairman?
Sure,
And
absolutely.
I thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. I've had a wonderful career here. I have a fabulous staff who's, Jen is here, Joanne, who knows everything, Danbury, and Jen, who has been keeping, will keep everything running. And I appreciate, and I know this is a new commission, just recognize how important your role is in this community, and what you do and how it impacts kind of where we're going. And the decisions are tough. And as it's been said, just be fair. I've taken strong positions. I've not taken strong positions, but the ultimate decision maker is this body in terms of zoning. And I'm just trying to give you everything to make a real reasoned decision. So it is a really important position, and I hope you embrace it. I know you all well. I've worked with many of you for a really, really long time. Fought with you, didn't fight with you, it didn't matter. Everybody respects everyone, and we're all here for moving Danbury, forward. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. So blessed to have been here, and I'm really appreciative of everybody. So thank you.
Thank you. It works great both ways for all of us.
Thank you.
So commission members, one more thing under other matters. I was looking at the bylaws, and I know some of you spoke, or we all talked about moving this from 7:30 to 7. And I noticed Article 6 under meeting 6A, the regular meetings are scheduled in our bylaws for 7:30. But Article 7 under amendment, it says it takes a majority vote to amend the bylaws, provided notice is given to each member in writing at least 5 days prior to said meeting. So our bylaws were adopted, I think, December 14th, 1993. They were amended in April of 2016. I believe, and I'll ask Sharon, I believe that if before March 12th meeting, at least 5 days before that, if an email is sent to all the commission members proposing for the March 12th meeting a vote to change the bylaws from 7:30 to 7, that would meet the requirement of Article 7. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I don't have the bylaws in front of me, but I would, yeah, I mean, you can change them in accordance with however it's written. I would
Yeah.
double check with Attorney Edwards, but yeah, if that's what it says, yeah,
Okay.
it's like an amendment to the bylaws.
Yeah.
Which is
So we generally get our agenda out before 5 days before our meeting anyway, right?
Thursdays usually, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so if that's the 5 days, and if that's gonna run a day late or 2 days late, we'll have to just try to pull the trigger 7
Well,
days
we
ahead.
could-
I'll keep an eye on that.
Ted, we could work together and get it out in 5
Yeah.
days, you know.
Perfect. So that'll be coming up at our next meeting, commission members. I know everybody was talking about that, so give that some thought. We'll put that up for a vote on that date. And
Can I ask a question, Teddy?
yeah, go ahead, Commissioner
And
Botello.
I just want to get some clarification so that we have an applicant that's coming back, obviously for the third time, but I would like to know if all the analysis that Sharon did is going to be part of this application, or does it go away because she's going away? What'll be the status of what the write-up is?
Yeah.
No, Ms. Coliche, the staff report's gonna be prepared by Ms. Emmons?
Yeah, Jen, I believe Jen's gonna write the staff report for you. She has the record and the 2 previous staff reports from the 2 previous applications. And so she'll get that to you in sufficient time, but it's not that necessarily it's been incorporated into the record, but yet, because sometimes applicants go and ask for previous applications to be incorporated in the record. They haven't done that yet, but we will rely on the previous analysis and see what's changed. And so that's what I would anticipate, you know, Jen would be providing to you.
So this
And she
has to be
knows
something that the applicant has to request, but we cannot request as the commission to be able to rely on your previous statements?
She probably will have it all in, you know, as an attachment to her staff reports, previous staff reports. I actually don't know the answer to that, which is whether or not the commission, the zoning commission, can incorporate the previous record, or whether or not that, I think they probably can.
Well, sure, I was gonna just
Yeah.
mention. So
Yeah.
the way I see it, Commissioner Botello, is Ms. Eminger is gonna do a staff report. It would be just as though it would come from Sharon, except by Ms. Coliche, except her name would be on it.
That was gonna come from Jen.
Once the meeting starts, and her staff report can be totally independent, or it can include anything from any previous applications, previous knowledge, previous exhibits, previous documents.
Yeah.
Once the meeting starts, this commission can, during the meeting, the petitioner can say, I would like from previous meetings, this, that, the other thing, or the entire meeting to be incorporated into this public hearing, or a commission member can say it as well. So you may say, there were some details that were brought about in the last meeting I think are pretty important. I'd like them incorporated into this meeting. At that point in time, they would be. Okay. It's just that
With specifics or just in general?
well, you can ask for something specific, but you're always wise to just say, I'd like the previous meeting to be incorporated into this meeting.
Okay, so
And then
that's
it would-
general. Okay.
And then
It's
it
the
would
record
be,
of the meeting, yeah.
and then it would be wise for some of the other commission members to go back and review that, the ones that weren't here. It's not a requirement for them to take action or vote if they didn't, but it would be wise to say, geez, I wonder what Commissioner Botello's talking about. Let me go view it. And with technology, it's so easy to just go and in the comfort of your own home to see the last meeting that's in question.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, we can provide the minutes too from the previous 2
Yeah,
applications.
all documents and films,
Yeah.
or documents and videos.
But you can also see it, you can go online on the city's
Right.
website and go back to the hearings,
Yeah,
you know, if you hadn't listened, if you weren't
I will
present.
Yeah.
document all that in my email to you, telling you what dates they were and everything, in case you wanna.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you can use a previous meeting as a comparison, or as critical information, or as what's changed since then to now,
Right.
and formulate questions for the petitioner if you'd like, or formulate questions for the staff again.
Thank you.
But you're not precluded from doing that. The petitioner sometimes asks that as well. But our commission members clearly can do that. From any standpoint, from a position of strategy or from a position of education or from a position of clarity.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Any commission members? Anything else? So we'll be looking for a motion to adjourn at 7:57. Commission members, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made
Second.
by Commissioner Botello to adjourn, second by Commissioner Jowdy. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed. At 7:58, we are adjourned. Ms. Calitro. Mwah.